This is the South Yorkshire village of Harthill. It's in between Rotherham, Doncaster and Sheffield. And there's not an awful lot to this place. There's the village hall, there's a fish and chip shop, and every so often a car speeds up the hill. But it's just like any other village in this part of Yorkshire. A little bit forgotten, a little bit run down. But today, a new superstar lives in Harthill, and his name is Mr. Universe.
How many people can do that?
So hello then, who are you?
I'm Dave Titterton. I'm the newly crowned Mr. Universe and current Mr. Britain.
So what are we to call you? Dave? Universe? What?
Oh, I'd stick with Dave. The universe thing hasn't sunk in yet.
And who is this lovely lady?
Hello, I'm Cheryl. I'm David's wife.
Do we call you Cheryl or do we call you Mrs. Universe?
Oh, just Cheryl.
How have you become Mr. Universe?
Basically got invited to compete at the Mr. Universe after winning my national title, the Mr. Britain contest. And it was my first time at international level, as I've not been bodybuilding competitively that long. And we went with no expectations at all. There were 270 competitors there, all national champions, and I walked away with the win, which is sort of shook me right down to my little boots, so to speak. I'm very proud that I hold a title that Arnold Schwarzenegger held for 4 years, and hopefully we'll try and beat that record. The prestige that goes with it has been astronomical, and it's opened a lot of doors, speaking to good people like yourself.
Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger went on to become an A-list Hollywood actor and is currently Governor of California, so there we go. What's going to happen to you over the next few years?
Well, yeah, I'd love to get into sort of film and television work, but I think politics might be a little bit beyond me. Whether it's the Mr. Universe title and the Mr. Britain titles there, my wife won't let me have them all out because she says to gather dust. This is my off-season condition. My body fat will be around maybe 8%, 9% at the moment. This is my most muscular shot.
So let's go through your daily food intake. I would imagine it's not a small salad, is it?
It's not for the faint-hearted. Basically, I eat every 2 hours. Starts in the morning with porridge oats mixed with water, then 3 scoops of protein. The same thing 2 hours later, and then basically through the rest of the day in the off-season it's 250 grams to 300 grams of chicken or steak with rice or baked potato. That's 8 times a day. Love to train, hardest part's always eating.
Is it like living with an elephant or a bear or something?
It is, I suppose. I don't notice it as much because when you see someone every day, obviously he's grown from when I originally met him, and I think he was about 16.5 stone originally. So obviously he's grown, but when you're with somebody all the time, you don't notice it as much.
Go through your training regime.
Pre-contest, things get really hard then. Pre-contest I train 7 days a week, twice a day in the weights. I train in the morning and then again at the evening, and I do 3 hours cardiovascular work, and that's every day, 7 days a week for 16 weeks. In the off season now, when I'm trying to grow a little bit and try and put some more muscle size on, I train 5 days a week. And then we've got my back wings.
And what are judges looking for when they judge Mr. Universe? I mean, obviously, great body, great muscles. What else? Because you're all very muscular, obviously. What makes the difference?
And they're looking for the X shape, the X frame, which is wide shoulders, broad across the back, nice slim, tight waist, and then obviously legs to match. When you get to the highest level, it's more about what you haven't got rather than what you have. Little things that you might be missing, or a slight imbalance in your physique, or what costs you, what knocks a guy who's potentially a first place guy down to a 5th or 6th place. A lot of guys that go into the gym, you know what I mean, they're all about, oh man, big biceps and big chest, and that's all they'll train. Rather than saying, well, do you know what, the back of my arm's not as good as the front of my arm, or my rear delt's not as good as my front delt, or perhaps I need a little bit more on the legs.
What do you think about your husband looking like he does? I mean, some women find it incredibly sexy. Some women find it a complete turn off.
I was always into bodybuilding myself, and as a younger girl, I thought bodybuilding very attractive. When I look at David on stage, I think the blood, sweat and tears that have gone into making him look like that. I think he looks fantastic, but the work that goes into it is just, you would never believe unless you've actually lived that 16 weeks in the run-up to a competition. You'd never believe it because it's so hard.
And Arnold's favourite.
What about the image of bodybuilding? Because it hasn't always had the best image. Early deaths, drugs, etc., vanity. I mean, you seem like a really regular, down-to-earth sort of guy.
If you look at bodybuilding in America, the guys that are involved at the top end of the bodybuilding tree, so to speak, out there, are articulate, intelligent guys. You know what I mean? College educated. They just view themselves as athletes trying to go forward in their sport. I think there is an image that's been associated with bodybuilding in this country and many other countries for a long time. To some degree, in the past it has been deserved, but I think it's now separating along from that. Every athlete in any sport has personal choices to make. Now, if they choose to go down that route, that's their choice and they should live by the consequences. Myself, I've worked hard for what I've got. People will make assumptions. They're entitled to their opinion. I left school weighing 15 stone with abs. I've been very gifted genetically and I'm overwhelmingly thankful for that. But I'd like to think that I've matched my genetic gifts with hard work and effort. As I say, overall I think the sport's moving away from the image that it once had, and it's long overdue. We're not all thugs, we're not all gangsters. Far from it. My favourite pastime is not being a bodybuilder, it's being a dad. I love playing with my kids, I love being a father, and bodybuilding just happens to be something that I'm good at, and I do that in my free time. There you go.